Yo, I know what you're here for. Let's get to that sports talk, baby. And we got a lot going on. We got the NBA. We got NBA trades, baby. Breaking news. The New York Knicks have acquired four-time All-Star Karl-Anthony Towns from the Minnesota Timberwolves. League sources tell the Atlantic the Knicks will send the Knicks forward Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo to the Timberwolves. So one of the Villanova boys is right up out of there. So a lot of people mad about it. I don't know how to feel about it. I feel like when I woke up, it's 3:40 a.m. right now. You know, it's late. I ain't doing nothing tomorrow. You know, I ain't got nothing to do. So hey, let me check. Let me get on here, a little late night joint. Maybe y'all wake up in the morning and watch this. I feel you. I thank you if you watch this. But you know, let's get into it. My first reaction was, what the hell? I'm getting up. You know how you go to the bathroom, you feel me? You about to take a little piss, you feel me? And then you look at your phone. Breaking news, Karl-Anthony Towns of the New York Knicks. My first thought is, like this ain't even right. That's my first thought. This ain't even right. And Karl-Anthony Towns kind of had the same idea. He had the same idea. Like, bro, this is surprising. It looks like they didn't let him know. Should Karl-Anthony Towns be mad about something like this? You know what I'm saying? He was drafted first overall in 2015 by this team. He's going back to his old head coach, Tom Thibodeau. He coached him 3 years in T-Wolves before he got fired, and then he headed over to the Knicks. And then my second reaction for real is, you got the wrong guy. This is the guy you really should be trading. This is the guy you really should be trading. That's my second reaction, bro. Y'all got the wrong guy, bro. Y'all got the wrong guy. How do y'all trade Karl-Anthony Towns and leave Rudy Gobert there with Ant? I feel like in this role, Karl-Anthony Towns is going to have a good role. Hartenstein, he's going to be out till December. Mitchell Robinson, he already signed the contract somewhere else. So the Knicks have found their big man. And how we feeling? Can these guys win the title? Can the Knicks win the title? And that I do not know. I don't know if these guys can win the title yet. I still think Boston is a little bit better than this team, but adding Karl-Anthony Towns to this team with Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, potential starting five, Mikal Bridges, who you sent a bunch of draft picks, first round draft picks, including the first round draft pick, you're sending to the T-Wolves. So the Knicks are going all in. This is championship or bust. You got to at least make the championship this upcoming season. I can see them making the championship. I think this makes them better than a lot of teams. This makes them all the way better than the Miami Heat. They can beat the Miami Heat. The Bucks, Damian Lillard and Giannis, if they can stay healthy, they'll definitely be a terror. But other than the Bucks, other than the Boston, the Knicks are right up in there, bro. I think they can definitely win a championship. I think the Knicks in the next 3 years can either make the championship and win it, or will make the championship this upcoming year. And I don't want to be one of those type of guys that's like trying to go overboard with it or nothing like that. But this caught me out of nowhere, bro. This type of stuff caught me out of nowhere. I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. Not even gonna lie to you. I looked at my joint and I was like, yo, you cannot be serious. It's like they trying to up the NFL right now. Karl-Anthony Towns, 21 points, 8 rebounds. You know, he's kind of a 3-point shooter. He's the scorer that can keep Jalen Brunson healthy, that can keep Jalen Brunson from hurting himself like he did in the playoffs that just happened against the Indiana Pacers. You feel me? The healthier team wins, and Jalen Brunson, they just didn't have it going on. You feel me? They just didn't have it going on. But Karl-Anthony Towns takes the load off of Jalen Brunson. You just signed Anunoby. You just signed him to 5-year extension, $212 million. So I think Anunoby and Karl-Anthony Towns, they can feed off of each other. You know what I'm saying? These are two good ass players. I mean, this roster is looking pretty damn solid. You feel me? Too damn solid. Caught me off guard. Caught a lot of people off guard. And another thing, I mean, and what happens on September 27th? Tell me what happened on September 27th in 2023, bro. Tell me what happened. A Damian Lillard trade to Giannis. I don't know what is with September 27th, but let's start that. Expect trades to happen on September 27th for now on, because this is getting crazy. Charlotte Hornets are involved in this in some way. Taking away additional salary or something like that. I've never seen a league as this much, and like the NBA, like the NFL, it's a team-to-team trade. You don't really see in those 3-team trades happen in the NFL, but in the NBA, for some reason, there's an extra guy sitting in there that just doesn't make any sense. Like I said, these are high contract involvements. Julius Randle, can average 20 and 10 in his sleep. I think when it came down to a Julius Randle, it just wasn't going on for Julius Randle. He just stayed mostly injuries. Sometimes you can get to Julius Randle. Should you make him go right the whole time? You know what I'm saying? I think Knicks fans are more mad about DiVincenzo leaving than Julius Randle, for real. And then get the first round pick doesn't matter to a fan. I mean, you don't know what's going to happen with those picks down the line. And name me one player from this draft that was a big name. You know what I'm saying? Like these NBA drafts are getting worse and worse every single year. So, and then at the point that the Knicks were last year, get into the finals, if they could have stayed healthy, they're all in right now. I can tell you the Knicks are all in and trying to get this championship. I mean, this roster is looking pretty nice, bro. I think they can win the championship. Should Gobert be in? Should they have traded Gobert, bro? Do you think they should have traded Gobert? I think yes. I really don't know. Like with Gobert, you don't know. He can't make nothing. He can't make. But if the basket wide open, we don't. It's kind of you kind of hit like, bro. Who knows if you gonna make this shit? Like Gobert is terrible. I'm sorry. He can't defend. I don't care if he has defensive player of the years, or I don't care how much defensive player years he got. We seen what Luka did to him with his step back. I mean, that's Luka Doncic versus a 7-footer. But if you're the defensive player of the year, and you know how much the T-Wolves gave up for Rudy Gobert, and he can't make a shot to save his goddamn life. He can't guard to save his goddamn life. Like Shaq said, you make over $200 million, $300 million, bro. I'm expecting you to at least score and to Gobert is so bad his Olympic team benched him. If you were following the Olympics and you heard about this, Gobert really didn't even play on the Olympic team for real. That's how bad Gobert was. He cannot score for his life, and when it comes down to it in the playoffs, every time I see him in the playoffs, he's getting cooked. So I think you trade the wrong guy. You just traded the wrong guy in this situation. I think you just traded the wrong guy. You really should have traded Rudy Gobert. Like I said, Karl-Anthony Towns is very surprised in this situation, bro. He had to be so surprised in this situation. Like, cause this came out of nowhere for us. It looked like it came out of nowhere from his team, from Karl-Anthony Towns' team. Did not know they were going to trade him. Like I said, it's kind of hard to move off of Gobert because of how much you gave up for him. And Karl-Anthony Towns has been through bad teams, and he's been through the good Timberwolves now. But those years with D-Lo and all this stuff, like the T-Wolves, It's just Karl-Anthony Towns scoring a lot of points, and sometimes it can't get in the way of him. Him standing in the corner way too much, shooting the ball, and I don't know. He's going to have to step up defensively for the Knicks. He's going to have to step up defensively. It's just what it's going to have to be. He's going to have to step up defensively and start to average some blocks, start to average some steals or whatnot down the line. I think he's in a more defensive role. Yes, he can take the pressure off of Jalen Brunson, but you don't want to take the ball out of Jalen Brunson's hands too much. You know the magic he can display, but Karl-Anthony Towns can average 30 in his sleep, and you know it for a fact. Karl-Anthony Towns sometimes could deal with injuries a lot. Like I said, the Knicks has had a lot of injuries back then, but breaking up this Villanova squad, which I didn't think with the roster they had now, I'm going to be honest, they really could have won the championship. Yes, you can get close. You can get close to the championship, but I don't think it was going to be enough to win it. You feel me? You can get close. There's a difference between getting close, getting to the championship. And I think they just made a huge leap in acquiring Karl-Anthony Towns, and now they can win the championship. I think the Knicks can get into the championship and actually have a chance to win it. When it comes down to it, these are the two teams you got to beat, and it's going to come down to either the Bucks or Boston. Boston still looks a little bit better than this team, but the Knicks are solid, bro. The Knicks are looking very solid. You're going to lose Dante DiVincenzo as in the three-point shooting. I know he leads the Knicks franchise in three-point shooting. The Timberwolves look like they need. I think I don't know who won the trade though. You tell me who won this trade, and for me is. I don't know yet. Like, it's definitely mind blowing that Karl-Anthony Towns did get traded. This is I would say more of a better fit with Karl-Anthony Towns on the Knicks than Julius Randle with Dante DiVincenzo on the T-Wolves. I think Anthony Edwards is very surprised on what he's seen, and I don't think he's going to be happy with Rudy Gobert and Julius Randle being his number two. This is going to be a heavy load for Anthony Edwards coming down the stretch here with the T-Wolves. I still think they're a very good team. They just signed re-signed Daniels. They got Anthony Edwards. Now they got Julius Randle. If he can stay healthy, he can average 20. Dante DiVincenzo gives you some more three-point shooting. Who's some great defenders still on the team. Karl-Anthony Towns didn't really defend that great, but he can score. T-Wolves need some defending and need somebody to kind of, you know what I'm saying, because I don't know. Karl-Anthony Towns is a good scorer, but sometimes he can get in the way of Anthony Edwards. I think the T-Wolves are more trying to put the load on Anthony Edwards coming down the stretch more than anything. The Knicks with Karl-Anthony Towns. This is looking like a very good trade for the New York Knicks. And as much as this franchise has been through down the line, you know, if you have been following the NBA and you've been following the New York Knicks, it hasn't been so great. We're talking about 3 years ago, 4 years ago, let's sell the team. To now, yes, we're this Villanova squad. You bring in Mikal Bridges. Now there's hope. And I think New York finally can say, hey, we have expectations, like big expectations. I know there was expectations with Jalen Brunson and him coming from the Dallas Mavericks and whatnot, but this is a whole nother can of worms here for the New York Knicks. I think they can now be considered one of the favorites to win, to come out of the East and verse one of these major teams in the West. Don't know who you might verse. I think you might get Kyrie and Luka again out the West. You know, you still got Braun. JJ Redick just announced the starting 5. Don't know if they'll get close. If they can beat the Denver Nuggets, maybe we can see something. But you might get one of these, either the Nuggets, Suns. You know, you still got KD in the league. You still got Braun in the league. You still got Lukas in the league. So you're going to have to get through Boston. That's just a true fact here. That's just a true fact here. You're going to have to get through Boston. That's pretty funny. You're gonna have to get through Boston, and you're gonna have to either verse the Dallas Mavericks, or I'm gonna go for the Denver Nuggets. I think it was time for Julius Randle to find somewhere else to kind of look after. After you didn't have him in the playoffs when it came down to it. And that's what it really came down to. Y'all didn't have him in the playoffs. He wasn't available. He's always either injured or he's coming down to it. As in Karl-Anthony Towns in this situation, I need a little bit more respect out of you in the T-Wolves. I need a little bit more respect. I need at least that phone call to say, hey, you've been that guy for 9 years. We drafted you in 2015. I love what you've done for our franchise. I know you've been through the highs. I know you've been through the lows with this franchise, but I wanted to call and give you that honest conversation and tell you, hey, we're looking to trade you. Not a shocking, now his team is shocked, now he's shocked, and he's sending ... some cryptic messages. I shouldn't be getting that out of Karl-Anthony Towns. He didn't have his scars and his stripes to get that phone call to say, hey, we're moving on from you. So as in the player side, and see, this is where I'm getting to, where you know how a lot of people and a lot of these analysts come on here and they tear these guys down for requesting trades and trying to and kind of crying and trying to leave. Karl-Anthony Towns could have been requested a trade. He has never, even with the T-Wolves were terrible and they're picking Anthony Edwards at a high overall. I think number 1. He didn't request the trade. He's been respectful to your team. Yes, it's been hard, but he's been all in with this franchise, and for not giving him somewhat of a phone call, it's kind of a slap in the face. So when it comes down to players getting their money and they want to leave these sorry teams and they finally want to come out and leave, business is business. You feel me? Because that at the end of the day, the franchise is going to do what it is going to do. At the end of the day, you could have gave my nigga Karl-Anthony Towns a holler. You feel me? That's kind of where I'm at in that situation. Man, this came out of nowhere. Like I said, I was just up late. You know what I'm saying? You check your phone once in a while. I said, let me go ahead. Let me be up before Stephen A and all of them, they get their opinion in. Let me get my opinion in on what the hell going on. I hope you're in here watching this live stream. If you're not in here live stream, you're seeing this afterwards and you comment down in the comment section. I always respond to all of my comments. You tell me what you think about the T-Wolves trade and what's going on with the NBA going forward. Can the Knicks win the chip? Can they finally get to the championship? The Garden needs to be in the championship here soon. That would be hectic for New York. Boston fans and New York fans, you know what I'm saying? They go all in for their franchise. So, hey, can they win the championship? Who would you have rather traded, Gobert or Karl-Anthony Towns? Who do you think won the trade? Who do you think who do you think comes out on top at the end of the year? The T-Wolves, the T-Wolves or the Knicks in this trade? Tell me what you think about. Also, Magic Johnson says Bronny James needs more time in the G League. Let's hear what he had to say. I think on Jimmy Kimmel, the Jimmy Kimmel show, about Bronny James and what he should say to LeBron James coming down during this season.
I'm Bronny. I would tell my dad, just let me play in the G League all season so that I can develop. He needs playing time. He doesn't need to be sitting on the Laker bench and not playing. That's not a knock against him. He's just not ready. He needs to develop more, and then he will be ready because he has some great talent and skills, but he needs to develop those skills at a much better clip if he wants to play 15, 20 minutes a night in the NBA or more.
Let's be real. Bronny James really has not that much experience against NBA players. Struggled at the beginning of the G League, didn't average over 10 points in college. We all know the hoopla about if it wasn't for LeBron James bringing him in, if it wasn't for his father, he wouldn't be in the NBA. Yes, that's true. That's probably true. Yes, this guy needs more time in the G League. He just does. He needs more playing time. To be on the sideline is one thing, but his dad is the greatest mind in NBA sports. He can get on him. I've heard he got on him in practice about and him getting one-on-ones, you feel me, and talking his stuff to him. I think he needs more playing time in the G League. I think Magic Johnson is right about that, but also LeBron James is one of the best minds in NBA and sports. You've seen the podcast with JJ Redick and him. So the chemistry Ron coming out the gate. I like the starting 5 they announced, but Bronny James being on the bench, yes, he needs to watch. He needs to watch his dad and what he's doing out there and getting, you know what I'm saying, coaching. So it's like, do you want him to be in the G League, going against G League caliber players and thinking he can play up to the NBA standard? Or do you think Bronny James needs to sit on the bench like an NFL player for a year, 2 years, while LeBron does his thing on the court, and maybe he learns from him, and down the line he has that NBA experience in his mind, and he knows the X's and O's because his dad can give him the X's and O's. We all know this. We've seen the tweets. We've seen the stuff about how LeBron James can read a person's mind. We see the funny faces from Austin Reeves. Like, what the hell is LeBron talking about? We see Shumpert on the podcast talking about how crazy LeBron's mind is. And if he can get Bronny James pregame to that mind that he has, and he's sitting on the sideline and he can take the X's and O's here and there, and incorporate it in his game, and he just practices a lot, you feel me, then maybe he can do something. But I think he needs to be on the court and get some experience while actually getting that kind of that coaching from his dad, LeBron. But other than that, he's a young star in this league, so it's really not that much to talk about Bronny until LeBron James retires. And then once LeBron James retires, that's when Bronny's going to have to start to hit his peak. And we try to see, hey, look, is Bronny going to be in the league for a while, or is he just going to ride on his dad coattails? So I don't think we need to really talk about Bronny doing anything NBA-wise down the stretch until he gets the years under his belt. You feel me? But like I said, if you're tuning in, comment in the chat. If you didn't tune in while we was live, baby, say something in the comments. I'm going to respond to your comments. I'm going to give you my thoughts. I'm going to give you my, you know what I'm saying, my input. Crazy trade, breaking news coming out of nowhere for me, coming out of nowhere for a lot of people, you feel me? And anytime there's breaking news, I'll try to get on here as fast as I can. You know what I'm saying? People work. People have other stuff. I will be as consistent as possible, and I will respond to every comment that comes up in the chat. Who won the trade? Who's a better team from the trade? Will the Knicks make the finals, win the championship? All love to y'all. If you stay back and watch Lace 'em Up Sports Talk Show, and I'll see y'all the next time on some breaking news. Check out Inside the Lines. Check out trivia. We've done some trivia in New York at the Javits Center. We've done trivia at NFL Stadium. So check out the trivia I do with local fans and some sports, some NBA players and NFL players and different players you might know in the shorts feed. I thank you. God bless, baby.